So, hey YouTube, my name is Kristaps,
My name is Luam.
and we're gonna start our first podcast uh, where we are talking about different kind of stuff
Yeah.
every time. And the reason for that is because me and Luam, we have been together for almost 2 years. I feel like our relationship is like perfect, and I just feel like that the reason for that is because we always talk to each other.
Yeah.
And this is also the reason why we're doing the podcast, because I feel like every time we talk, we have really, I would say, really
Good
interesting
chemistry as well.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Just, we talk about a lot of things and we have our own opinions. So I think
And I feel like and I think we both feel like we wanna finally sort of share with the world, and if somebody can take something away from it and learn something new, I think it's just amazing.
Or might even find the topic just interesting, So
So we're now today actually it's pretty interesting because we couldn't pick the team for a while. We were so nervous, but in the end we decided to talk about. So our first team would be talking about deep life questions.
Yeah.
So we're just basically gonna read them out loud and
Then
start.
just discuss it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go here. You want to start?
Yeah. What harsh truth do you prefer to ignore? Okay.
Honestly, I have an idea.
What?
If somebody would cheat on me,
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like I just didn't. I rather don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, because no, but seriously,
Yeah.
not to think about it. Like you're
Yeah.
together with somebody, and let's say the whole dream can be shattered, but both ways, right?
Yeah.
Like just completely shattered just from that. Like let's just assume that in this case, like it was really, like I'm not to defend cheaters and cheating is bad and like don't do it,
Yeah.
but like what if this really was just like a sort of mistake?
Yeah.
I mean, we humans do make mistakes.
Yeah. But I think that's when problems might arise, because I think in a relationship you should always be open no matter what. And if that person loves you and they understand that, okay.
But what if I openly tell you right now that I just don't want to know it? Could you openly accept that truth?
Like if you would tell me you don't want to know, like obviously it would be hard for me, just because I would feel like
no,
a lot
like because my point is this. Let's say you cheat, right?
Yeah.
And you now feel like shit, this was a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Then it's okay. But then if you feel like, damn, I don't love him, I mean, then just tell me, and then it's like it's for sure we're gonna
but
split.
in this case we're talking, I think, about a more difficult situation when it was actually a mistake and you regret it and you love that
But imagine
person.
this, like I think that this is even maybe the worst punishment ever if you think about it, like because you do something and you can't even tell him.
Yeah.
So you just live there basically the whole time with yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you sick son of a bitch.
But
And I mean, I know it sounds super evil,
yeah.
but imagine like it's in some kind of very sadistic way, like
Yeah.
this is the because once you tell him it's over.
To be honest, maybe I should like adapt my opinion a little bit, like what I said before, because if you would sincerely like tell me, okay, don't tell me.
If you think it's a mistake, then I'd be like, I just don't want. I would don't know.
Actually like then I would not do it, because I would just do it more for the purpose of like, oh, he deserves it. But obviously, if you would tell me like just don't, then I think I would.
Because
keep it
what
to
is
myself
strange?
as well.
Like, I understand myself, I think enough.
Yeah.
To be able to tell you this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, if it was, let's just say it was a mistake from your part, right? I mean, people have boyfriends and girlfriends before and after, right? Like, this is this thing about, like wearing out the thing, it's bullshit, right? Like, it's complete nonsense, right?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, it's like nothing has changed, just something inside of you, right? What if you're a better wife after that? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I rather don't know. If you made the mistake, then it's like, please, like learn. But I'm really cool with not knowing, because I feel like if I know, it's just like, I'm done. I mean, I cannot trust this person at all. Like,
Yeah.
You
but
go to
that's-
the store and I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
You accidentally said long worker, like a long at work.
Yeah.
Like I'm nervous. It's
Yeah.
like then and then I have to throw away all the years and everything. Because because I don't. And at the end of the day, like I want to be with you.
Mhm.
And I want this to like stay.
Yeah.
So it's like, because if you cheat, then it's like you make me leave you, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like.
But what would you do in the case if I would say then, like your partner would
Yeah.
want to know everything, like if you
Would
cheated?
want to know?
Yeah.
Then I would tell you.
Like, but would you really? Because for you, it's more like, oh, I would accept it, so she should accept it as well. Like in a way, like you wouldn't think like that. I think we're gonna have a talk later.
No. No. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
If
would.
any girls just like you guys have proof or whatever, send it to me.
I have
Okay.
sworn to myself that I won't lie to you.
Yeah. Okay, so you would tell me.
I
Yeah.
would tell you.
Okay.
I would beg. But
Okay,
Huh?
you gonna beg now?
no, not yet. I'll use that free card for later.
Never given, but okay.
You can. It can be given, but it can be taken. Okay. So no, I would not. Do you
Okay.
maybe let's move on with the next question?
Is free will real or just an illusion?
Boy, don't even start me there. This is something I can talk about hours.
Okay.
No, but that's what we can, talk about you. Like, what do you think? Do you
Like, the
listen?
question is,
I have a
what
better
is
question.
free
No,
will?
that question I'll ask you. Do you think you have the free will?
To do whatever I want, yeah?
No.
what?
Like,
What do they mean with free will?
yeah, basically, yeah. From that standpoint, yes, you can do. Physically, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Do you think you have the free will?
I think so. I think it's very hard to. Like,
I think
no,
maybe
actually, no. Then, because for example, if I don't want to pay my health insurance, I still have to. So it's not a free will.
I think
just
it's more like
illusion.
exactly through choices,
Yeah.
through some sort of not force, but sort of the pressure.
Yeah.
For example, at the end of the day, right?
Mhm.
We go to the school,
Mm-hmm.
we pay we borrow the money, and
Yeah.
then we are slave to that
Yeah, we have to pay it back.
loan, right?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, your free will is you can not pay and go to jail. So, what kind of free will, is
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
Or you can, or then it's you have to do whatever they say, which
Mhm.
is work,
Yeah.
right?
So it is actually an illusion.
Sort of, yeah. I think to some, we have free will to extent
Yeah.
that we can eat
But
what
it's
we
still
want, right?
limited.
Exactly. But then,
Actually, we still can't even eat whatever we want because
no. Physically, you can. Obviously, you will have some consequences from that.
Yeah.
But that what comes with free will. But
Mhm.
it's more you can make whatever choice you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you can't afford it. There's,
If there's a meaning to life, if so, what is it? I find that one very hard to answer because
I find it
do.
easy to answer.
Yeah, because I don't know what the meaning of life is. Is it just that we reproduce and that's it? What?
Okay, I'm no, what's the famous, the Greek writer? What's his name? Any of them?
Bro.
What, do you know any Greek writer?
You serious? You don't know? Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Then we sound so illiterate,
What's the Greek guy?
Aristotle. Boom. I'm not an Aristotle, so this is gonna, I'm just gonna wing it, right? This is gonna be. I think the meaning of life is really simple. You do whatever makes you happy, unless that thing is, sort of influencing other people or like badly influencing other people,
Yeah.
and just do whatever you want to make you happy. So
So it's
like
just-
really like in that super simple way, like if you feel like you want to ride bikes, go and just ride bikes, and if you don't feel like it, don't do it.
Yeah.
So keep on doing things that you can do.
Mhm.
That's why, like, the only thing is obviously you can't hurt other people. I feel like there are some people who just genuinely like killing, right? So they should just not hurt people.
Yeah.
I think besides that, you can go kill animals. Not. I meant more
Disclaimer.
like no. I meant more like like hunting, not hardcore killing, but like
Yeah.
I mean not that I've been hunting or whatever, but for those creeps, whatever, I'd rather them to shoot some wild pigs.
But don't you think that is the meaning of life we created? Like what you're just saying now?
Yeah, but everyone can interpret it how they want it, because at the end of the day, there's not a right thing.
Yeah.
We are like at the end of the day, like we don't know why we exist.
Yeah.
So everyone just does whatever they want at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's whatever you want from life, that just go for it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. What should be the goal of humanity?
So what is like not what we not.
What we think.
Yeah, but what should be our goal? Like, where should we go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we should just be like, try to help each other and be as divided, like as least divided as we can, sort of basically like unite, so that not that you don't see colors, but that you are like fair to everybody, regardless, like, how they look and whatever. I think that's sort of the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, because in that way we can always help more people, if we all united.
Yeah.
And then there has to be no poverty, drug addictions, and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that would be actually perfect.
Yeah.
Like world. What does it mean to live a good life? I think that differs to every person. Because for me, living a good life would be that I would be satisfied till the max.
yeah, that's what she said.
No, but what I mean, like, for me, a good life would be if I had a family, like, I have my own kids.
Yeah.
I have...
It's very subjective question.
Yeah, and also just have, like, a good job. Like, just be satisfied with everything. Like, that would just be a good life to me. So, for me, it would just be, like, having kids, having a family, having a certain level
Yeah,
of
like,
job.
not... For me, important is that when I decide to, let's say I want to go on a vacation, I don't have to, like, save really up for it. I can just like sort of that I have enough that I can feed all my family, have like nice life, and yeah, I don't need like billions.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
all about it though.
Yeah. Next question is, why do we dream? I think like it's
Honestly, I really feel I only think there's like just biological like explanation. I don't think it has to do anything.
like a meaning or whatever.
Exactly, absolutely. I feel like that
maybe your brain
just
like,
so we don't die during our sleep, like
Mhm.
electricity in the brain has to run somewhere.
Yeah.
So it just runs to random points, and somehow it reflects in your head that you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking, and you think about random stuff. That's what I personally believe. I don't think there is a scientific explanation, but that's how I believe.
Yeah.
So it keeps us sort of alive,
Mm-hmm.
thinking. So
That's
it's
actually a very good point.
yeah, I
It
don't
could
know,
be.
like, because we try to, we always, everything we can't explain, we
Mm-hmm.
try to always like even give it a meaning, right? Like how it used to be that people would like kill other people because they thought that the sun would not shine the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like you give the, in this case, sun
Yeah.
a more, let's say, meaning than it should
Mm-hmm.
have, right?
But sometimes it is just the way it is.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly,
you should
exactly.
really-
And that's why I think people
Yeah.
with the dreams, like, not that I say you shouldn't believe in dreams or like that kind of stuff, but I mean more like, I personally think it has nothing to do with like religion or some sort of
No.
deeper meaning.
but-
It's just like,
I think also a few factors play a role, because sometimes you dream about something that has traumatized you before, like not necessarily like not nightmares or whatever.
Yeah, but let's say the brain doesn't like necessarily do it super random. Like obviously the emotions that you experience that day
During the-
are let's say in this case the more active ones. So
Yeah.
obviously you would dream something that has kept your mind busy before.
Yeah.
I think that's the explanation. So okay.
Where does your self-worth come from? I think just your environment, basically, like the way your parents.
No.
Or
Self-worth is the like quite opposite, is the internal. Like where does your personality come from?
Oh, okay, but
In some
what I
sort of
meant
way.
it was like, your parents sort of teach you that shit, like, telling you like you're the best or whatever.
Oh, you think that's how it's like?
Yeah, how
so-
it is formed.
Oh,
a bit.
encouragement. You
Huh?
mean like your parents encouraging you?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So you think it's just let's say your parents?
Like your environment, because if, for example, like your whole environment tells you you're shit, obviously you're gonna think, okay, I am like nothing, I'm worth like shit.
Yeah, like obviously there are some people who are quite opposite and they actually achieve more if they're told. But we're talking about let's say majority. Like I think
Yeah.
if to like kids you keep on telling that they're shit, like
Yeah.
majority will like be
Have
like
very
yes,
low
yeah.
self-esteem. Yeah. How will humans as a species
Go
go
extinct.
extinct? Like they mean die, yeah? Like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everyone
Exactly,
dead.
yeah.
I think it will be self-destruction, most likely. Like I really think so.
Yeah, but they ask how. You know, how will humans as species go extinct? So what kind of destruction? Bomb? Like
Yeah, like a bomb or some sort of radiation or technology or whatever the fuck they will come up with in the future.
you know what I think it's gonna be?
How?
Like
What?
not a bomb.
No?
No, because I think bomb is the least likely because you know they will never throw at each other at the same because they both know if they die we die. So it's like I think it's out of the question.
Yeah.
But I think the way we are gonna die is like from either a virus
Mm-hmm.
that will be created in the labs
Yeah.
or some sort of genetic
Yeah, but that's-
disease
but-
accidentally spread.
Sorry, that's also like a bit what I meant with self-destruction. So it will come from us ourselves. Like it will not be
No,
the earth or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
definitely.
so-
I don't think some weird ass rock is gonna hit us. No.
No. Like I really think it's gonna be us humans ourselves that will kill ourselves, sort of.
Definitely.
Does a person's name influence the person they become?
As a person. Yeah, I think yes.
I do
so
think
too.
it shapes like who they are and with whom they will hang out.
The name.
Like I think.
How do you know? How can you tell the name will make them hang
Exactly.
out with different people?
Okay, wait. Like I don't want to be ghetto or whatever. For example, if like the name will be Lakeisha in like almost all white school, most likely they will like, okay, like that name is ghetto. You understand what I mean?
I understand, but like I don't agree at all.
No.
No, because like if that's the case and she's smart, like you say, then she will understand it and be like, "Yo, my name is Lara," and then she on the papers writes like Keisha. 100%.
Oh really? Like just lie?
Definitely. If she feels like I think that if person feels like their name every time, because the kids will joke if she will keep telling her name is Lakeisha, right? And she will very quickly learn that her name is not up to their like level, and then she's like, my name is Lara or whatever. Like she's gonna come up with a white name, not to say white name, but just
Like yeah.
whiter name maybe.
Okay, wait. Next question.
Yeah.
I was like, is the meaning of life the same for animals and humans?
Oh.
Like,
I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
so. Like, they're not, like, not to put it wrongly, but they're not equal, sort of. So I guess humans
Definitely.
are more intelligent than animals, so they have another meaning of life than animals.
Exactly. Because I feel like animals only think in that most animal way, like food,
Yeah.
sex, water,
That's
sleep,
it. Yeah.
and depending on whichever mood they are, that's
Yeah.
how they act.
Yeah.
And
Sort
then,
of like us human, but in the very, very, very beginning.
yeah,
So, yeah. If someone you loved was killed in front of you, but someone created a copy of them that was perfect right down to the atomic level, would they be the same person and would you love them just as much?
Not the same person, still love them the same. Legit. No, nothing to add.
Yeah.
About you?
But I don't know if they mean like just every fiber of their body.
No,
or
everything
also,
is
like,
the
also
same,
the-
even the head.
Yeah,
It's a perfect clone.
yeah. I don't think so, because how can you, like a personality, like a soul, how can you copy that? Like, do they really mean that as well?
Yeah, like let's just say,
I
like
would say that
from a,
yes, because
from a terms of like he or she remembers everything and she speaks. What if no, listen, no, I have a better solution. Not the soul. I know what you're thinking, that they take it from the replace. No, that person is completely dead. It's just that. Remember we watched the Rick and Morty? We're two bats, and they literally talk. This everything is the same, but they are two. It's
But
just
they're-
that.
But their like personality and shit was still the same, but they're sort of hard, like souls
Yeah,
not.
like sort of. Yeah, the souls are different, but they are identical.
Yeah.
Besides that point.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm like, do you think it's gonna be a new person, and can you still love them?
And you know what I'm thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with Beth, you know, she was literally the same person until this point, and then she got split it in two, but it's just that she came in very different situations. That's how.
Yeah. So in
if
the
that
end, they are
person-
in the end they are completely the same, but obviously they're.
That the environment, yes. So I think if that exact person is still then in my environment, you know, they come alive, and they're exactly like
And it
immediate with
continues
me,
the same
yes,
environment.
I think it's gonna be the same person then. Like I hope you
Yeah,
understand what I mean.
I guess I understood, and that's exactly what I think.
So I think as
They're
long
gonna
as
be,
they're in the,
exactly. They're just gonna continue be the way it happened.
So I think that then it will be the exact same person.
But do you think you could sometimes be like,
Make adjustments.
not
or-
even adjustments, but you're just like you're doing this, and should I feel like I'm cheating on my real guy?
Yeah. Like there could be a possibility that you just feel like you miss them, you know, maybe they're still not complete because you know, like, you know, they died.
Yeah, because at
But-
the end of the day, you don't know how it will be later,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Yo, this is not the
Yeah,
real
this
you."
it could be.
Yeah. Imagine
I
like you
want to,
fight. Imagine you fight with that person,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "I can't do this. It's not even you."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like it could be.
That is really crazy. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like,
Then it would not. Then you would already think it's not the same person.
or like imagine like you know you bang your girl, and then you're like, girl, like, you know, hey girl, turn her. She's like, I don't want it. She's like, well, the real like Stacy would do it for me. And she's like, what? And you're like, what? I think that would be funny. All right.
Wait. If you could become immortal on the condition you would never be
Yes.
able to die or kill yourself, would you choose immortality?
Immortality.
Okay, that's
Yes,
good.
it's okay.
I
I mean, look, honestly, this is, I think, a bit ridiculous question, because it's like this. You don't know how it is to live forever. This is why I would say now yes, because I'm like, I don't have a clue. I think it's cool, but probably it's cool for the first 2,000
was
years.
about to say
And after
exactly
that, you're just like,
bored. You just get fucking bored.
so
because
you will never know how it is to be like immortal.
Yeah.
So how can you answer the question? Because it's like,
Yeah, but what I think, if I would have to answer that question, I would say no. I would not want to choose
do you know what you're missing?
Because you know what the thing is, like, I know like it'll be fun maybe for the first like 50 years or whatever, and I think after a while you're just gonna get sick of it and you just want to rest. Like you just you know, you've
Imagine you
seen
can't
everything,
rest, yeah.
you've seen like new families, like you made new friends and whatever, like it's gonna be eventually
What
lonely.
if, listen, imagine even sicker shit. You like Earth gets struck by like asteroid, like massive thing, and you get shot in space because you can't die. And imagine you're in a space
You get to new
for
planet.
trillions of years.
Yeah.
and you just like there, like let's say you're not even hungry, you're just okay, you're just like floating. Like, imagine like after trillions of years, like first real like, let's say I don't know, like life form finds you or you land somewhere, right? Would be funny if you land where it's cold and you can't get away from that island either.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you land somewhere, the real civilization has picked up your heartbeat. What kind of person would be there after trillion years?
Yeah. I guess.
What kind of no.
And you can't even kill yourself, yeah.
Do you go out of this like do you just like
mentally get destroyed?
yeah, like you're
but still not
mentally like what would like you're just
That's
crazy.
what I mean. Like you're gonna get tired eventually. Like I really think so. Even like it's gonna destroy your.
And the funny thing is, it's not even stop. Then
Yeah.
you continue like.
Yeah. Like
you just
have
like
no choice.
imagine you like just like fuck it man, like let's go again, like you like reset button I guess.
Yeah.
By the way, which age would you say like no stop?
Like to die?
Yeah.
If I could pick an age, yeah.
Let's just say it like this now. You are now immortal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you make kids, but your kids die?
Yeah.
A lot? All the time? Would you do it?
Yeah.
Like one dies like
Another one.
and you like in the wall like
Yeah.
you would like make
Yeah.
it.
Probably because
You know what
especially she would
interesting-
feel like would want to see first of all like what kind of kids will I get out? Will they still be cute after 100?
Well, listen.
And-
Okay, I have a question. Just real quick. Sorry.
Mhm.
Would you be loyal to your?
Nah.
No. Like, listen. But here's my point.
Yeah.
Like, let's say obviously the first love won't feel like that. After and it's maybe you even get tired. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But imagine this. Like, you have infinite times. Like, do you stay loyal to that one person until they die and then move on, or do you just like?
I guess I would, because what the
I'm-
thing is, like, we think now, for example, staying loyal with someone for 50 years long, but when you're immortal, you're just like, 50 years won't be even that long, probably.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
So I think
like,
I would then
and you're
stay.
together and then you're like like I have to like when they move on like not to say like but people get like older, get like whatever
Light don't crack, though. So.
so but anyway, and then like I would honestly personally try different lifestyles.
Yeah.
Like I would first try to be loyal, then I would try to like have
like
like 10 whores, like like I don't know, just fuck it. I mean, I
Yeah,
live
yeah.
forever. Might as well
Yeah,
just
that's-
do everything, like.
Yeah.
And then the next question, like, since you can't die,
Mhm.
is there good or evil now?
You can also play both parts and just see whatever feels like, so you can conclude, is there good and evil? Like, you understand what I mean? So one time...
Oh yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm
you
thinking.
go
Like,
work
because
with the
if you don't,
government and-
you don't, you kill somebody. Like I like
Mm.
like not to say like I don't personally believe in Jesus Christ, but like then you can't even go to hell. I mean, obviously,
Oh,
like.
to that, yes.
I mean, exactly, like at the, so like, what does, like, yeah, what, nothing can stop me, right?
Yeah. That's true. But again, that's like trying then different lifestyles. Because one time you can be a murderer, and then the next time you can choose, like, oh,
This is like, you get life sentence, you're like, fuck.
it's fine. Okay, the next question. What actions in your life will have the longest reaching consequences? How long will those effects be felt?
Pregnancy. But I'm just talking about like the you know the like anti-pregnancy pill should be like for free, so that kids can use it, you know. And then if they're like, no, I actually really want a kid, and it's like her real choice, right? Like not that it's an accident, right? But it's a real choice. She's like, no, I really want a kid, and then the parents allow it, then she should be able to have the kid. But I think that until then they should not have kids.
How will you be remembered after you die? I hope as a funny, beautiful black woman.
I can't say the opposite. Beautiful, white. Double standards, I swear to God.
No, honestly, just like as a loving, like just the standard shit, like loving, funny.
I want
especially
people to sing gospel.
Really?
Yeah, because the Jesus left the earth again.
Okay.
I want them to sing that Kumbaya Shmalo. But that, you know, that like you know that the clappy version, you know, like.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If a child somehow survived and grew up in the wilderness without any human contact, how human would they be without the influence of society and culture? Obviously, they would, like, you know, if there's animals,
They're literally an animal.
Yeah, so they will be animals. Like, they will learn from that.
Like,
I think there was even an experience
their
where,
brain doesn't develop because language actually develops our brain. It's interesting.
Because there was also, like, this was years ago though, but they said that one, I don't know if he was Indian or whatever, but he got like as a baby already, he was with chicken, like he was raised with chickens, and so he would literally be moving like a chicken and like was very strange.
There was apparently a girl in Russia like that. She was like, she thought she's a wolf.
That's
like
so weird.
legit.
Yeah,
But like
but
that's
you
just
see,
really-
like that's how we sort of, you know, are. We just learn by, you know, our environment.
experience,
So
exactly. So
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think there's like it's just animal. Then you have to teach him from the first like baby steps. Like I mean, language. Yeah.
How would humanity change if all humans' life expectancy?
Read it again.
Expectancy. How would human change if all humans' life expectancy?
How would humanity change? How would humanity change if all life's expectancy was I cannot read. So let's move on.
What's 9%? 21? What do you think would be humanity?
I won't cut that out.
Yes, you will.
No.
What do you think would be humanity's reaction to the discovery of extraterrestrial life?
Extraterrestrial.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm pretty sure we already know. I think the government for sure
100%.
knows that there is life outside of Earth.
Too many sketchy things, right? You know,
Yeah.
and you know we joke about like all kinds of stuff, you know, but I would say about werewolf, right? But it's like, you know, everyone's just like, you know, you talk about it, then it's done, right? But aliens, they keep on coming because I feel like people keep on seeing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like we as humans will be very defensive, so I think there might be some wrong like decisions made, but I think
just feel
humans
like-
will become very defensive and aggressive. So
Exactly. I
think,
feel like, you know, there has been
they'll feel threatened.
No,
you know?
think about this like from psychological perspective. Like there has been like studies done about it that, like, you know, when you try to convince somebody and for example about their religion, right? And if you give them facts that sort of like disprove their religion, that, you know, the things are being done, you know, like they either like no one will ever admit it, like this is just not in our nature.
Yeah.
But what it will do, it will reinforce us to be even more, let's say, into religion, because we're trying to sort of bend them, even though what we're saying is truth. So that's why I feel like with aliens is gonna be the same thing. Like unless somebody really comes from the top and literally stands in front of me, even then I'd be like, yo, that's probably a robot.
Yeah, like we are brainwashed that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I really
So
think so.
unless they really come out everywhere, like in
Yeah.
a similar places at the same time,
Yeah.
and they really come out of their ships with like, you know, like the long stairs and, you know,
Yeah.
like smoke everywhere and all that shit, like
Yeah.
we won't believe.
Yeah.
No one, people won't believe. And even then people will talk about that it's like some government shit. 100%. There's gonna be conspiracy theories then about that as well.
Yeah.
So anyway.
The next question is, will religion ever become obsolete? I
Ooh,
think if
think
we
so.
would ever find out how we came into existence, like how the whole earth like came into existence without that Maria, Jesus, God shit. I think then it will, you know, if we will be able to give them hard facts, like religion will be gone, but I don't think we will ever find out how we came into existence, like with
I
facts
think
and proof.
there is a quicker way though. Until once we will like prove that you can teleport or like sort of move in time, which you know scientists are talking about that it's like actually possible. Like and like I think once we will like do this, then it's gonna be like
like just provide them
yeah
with
exactly
facts.
whoever was God at that time, they just came down there like teleported whatever you know like so basically I think then you can sort of I think then people are gonna really like
like there
drop
won't be
that
different
their courage is
religions,
gonna like not courage but their beliefs are gonna like
Yeah.
sort of be shattered and that everything's gonna have a scientific explanation.
Yeah.
So
Oh, is suffering a necessary part of the human condition? What would people who never suffered be like? If people never suffered, like I think it's a bit double because if they have never
what
suffered,
kind of suffer?
like
You can
they-
also suffer pain.
yeah. Because
So
what I
the
mean, like,
question
if
is,
they didn't-
how would it be if we wouldn't feel anything,
yeah,
or we haven't felt anything up till now?
like I don't know if they mean emotionally or
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
physically,
exactly.
but, if it would be both,
I don't think you can.
we would be
Be-
robots.
No, not
robots,
even that.
basically.
I don't think you can't be a real human being if you haven't suffered from some sort of
Yeah,
like pain, either emotional or physical.
yeah,
Because if you come and then you even one time hit your foot against the bed, you feel like your life is ending. Because remember, like our levels grow. You know, as much as we suffer, like
Yeah.
feel and all that kind of stuff, sad and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like we grow. I think, like sort of some kind of human level, right?
yeah.
And then look at kid, he cries about every little thing because that's his world.
Yeah.
So if more we experience, I feel like the more we experience, the
Yeah.
more like your
Your
emotions.
tolerance will
Yeah,
become-
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So therefore, like, sort of, for somebody losing 500 euros is end of the world, but for
Yeah.
somebody it's just like not because they're rich, but more like emotionally they're like, I can always work, I can earn, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's how it like that's what they mean with that question.
Okay.
So I don't think I like so answering the question like you wouldn't be really like a human, I think,
No.
or you would be very emotionally unstable human because
Yeah.
you would see what other people do with their lives and you're like them
You
they're
don't
like
understand what
yeah
is
exactly
happening,
and
yeah.
you'll understand why you're the only one who thinks that hitting his foot against the
Is
or like hurting his
neutral or,
finger
like,
is like
normal.
that hitting his finger is end of the world,
Oh, okay.
and then when you watch others do it you're like how do they do it, you know?
What benefits does art provide society? Does art hurt society in any way? I don't think so. I think art is, you know, a good way to express
I think
yourself.
it's like the
and it's a nice, like, visual and emotionally, like, you know, addition, I guess.
yeah I think being like not even being an artist but like art not only lets you as an artist express like your thoughts and whatever, you know, going on in your head, but you also like, you know, it's like watching a comedy or, you know, just in general a good movie.
Yeah.
I feel like
Just
you
entertainment.
it's just
so
not only entertainment but it's like this, it's just so nice to look at it that it's like it sort of brings you a peace, you know,
yeah,
or whatever emotion you're looking for to like reach.
yeah,
That it's like, you know, you get to the you're sort of like, you know, you're at peace, and I
Yeah.
think that's what
it's just a good expression.
yes So I think it helps the
Yeah.
world actually.
I think so too.
You know.
How likely do you think it will be that humans will last another 1,000 years without killing ourselves off? I don't
1,000
think
years? I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah, I think we will manage like 1,000 years for sure.
I think
Like
so
I don't
too.
know how many years, like everything will be like finished, but I think 1,000 years should be reasonable.
Yeah, because I feel like like countries have like let's say rockets and weapons and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, like no one really wants to die, so no one's gonna make a choice where everybody die. I feel like one thing that maybe actually will keep us safe, regardless of how long or how we gonna kill each other. But I feel like the longest thing that will keep us all safe is the fact that everyone is afraid to die.
Yeah.
So even though the scientists do, I think he's sometimes like, yo, dude, this gets on anyone's hands, we're all dead.
Yeah.
So I feel like that stops people from like doing like top of the crazy shit.
If freedom is simply being able to do what you want, are animals freer than humans? No.
Yes.
I don't think so, because animals are still not able to do whatever. Like we keep them.
I think it obviously depends on an animal, right?
Yeah, but like okay, I get it as in the way like we humans are like restricted in life still.
Yeah, like not that restricting them where they can live is like let's just like it's a bad thing because obviously there should be like we should all share space, but that if that keeps them safe from let's say us, then this is I think the best way.
Yeah.
So I think in that area he is freer than us.
Yeah.
Even though his let's say life book is based on nature's laws, which is hunt or get hunted, like either way, yeah. So at the end maybe he you can say that he's not free then because he has to abide by those rules.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, like who is free? We are as free as the environment that we're in allows us to.
Yeah.
That was deep, huh?
That was very deep. Very good.
Damn.
I was even surprised. Okay, last question. Would you want to know you are going to die beforehand or die suddenly without warning? I think this one's very difficult because I would say yes because
Do you want to die without a warning?
No, I mean like with a warning so that I can sort of say goodbyes, if possible. But at the same time also not, because it's like
what's the problem? Listen, I will tell you what's the problem with the warning.
What?
The problem with the warning is that if you hear the warning is too soon, you're gonna fucking hate it. And if you see that the warning is very late, because now you know when you're gonna die, then you're like, woohoo! So you see, so in the end, this is very subjective, like, question. It's like, obviously everybody wants to know when they die. If it's late, like legit, think about it.
Yeah,
like
so like you wouldn't want to know.
You see now you're gonna in 3 days you die. You're like, son of a bitch.
But then again, like some people, are gonna be like that pushes them to edge, like to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Like maybe.
I definitely agree when if everybody, but that also this question about good and evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know when you will die, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there still good or bad? Like.
There is because
No, because now you're gonna start look. If you know when you're gonna die, you're gonna do good things only.
Just for good karma. Like no, I think that's only for those who believe in like good and like hell and heaven. So
yeah.
Like nah, I don't think that would be for everyone.
Okay. Because then I'm like, okay, now you know when you're gonna die. So it's like.
Yeah, so you would do whatever the fuck.
So
like,
no,
you don't
no.
believe in heaven and
yeah,
hell.
then I'm
so
like,
whatever.
exactly. Because I feel like maybe I won't have the chance, or I'm gonna be overly good because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna soon meet the baby Jesus, so I need to prep myself, do the CV right, huh, boys?
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was our first podcast. We would really appreciate your feedback, so let us know in comments below what you thought. If you like it, please like and subscribe to our page. We're gonna try to make these podcasts approximately once a week, sometimes maybe like more. Just let us know what you thought, and we'll see you next time.